What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we got some more transfer portal news here for Michigan. They obviously landed a commitment yesterday, but there is a new elite running back target for the Wolverines to watch for, as well as a new linebacker target. Also been a couple of targets who have visited Michigan and also set to visit Michigan, including a few offensive linemen, a couple of defensive backs, and more. Then we also go over Colston, Loveland, Myles, Hinton officially declaring for the NFL draft, Mason Graham taking a shot at Ohio State, and also a pair of Michigan commits winning a state championship. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the transfer portal is heating up for Michigan. They landed their first of many transfer portal commitments this offseason out of the Indiana wide receiver, Donovan McCulley. It was a big pickup for Michigan on the offensive side. 6'5" receiver, brings a lot of length and height for Michigan's wide receiver room and should be a nice target for Michigan offensively. But we made a video already yesterday talking about everything you need to know about him, what he brings to Michigan. But there's also some new targets for Michigan. First we'll start. Obviously, we talked about the new quarterback target, which is the Maryland transfer quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. Michigan already has gotten on-3 predictions going in their favor to land him. There seems to be interest between both of them, both Michigan and Edwards, and there's expected to be other schools in the mix, including Wisconsin, but he has scheduled a visit to Michigan on Monday, December 16th. So that's some more great news in that recruitment. But one new target who has emerged for Michigan and one to watch for the Wolverines is the Alabama running back Justice Haynes, as he entered the portal Friday, and right away both Michigan and Ohio State are teams to watch in that recruitment. The former 4-star running back, 5'11", 210 pounds, from the state of Georgia. He rushed for 448 yards and 7 touchdowns on 79 carries this past season as a sophomore. And according to On3's Pete Nakos, Michigan and Ohio State are two early schools to watch for Justice Haynes. Now, I've touched up on this a little bit already on this channel. Michigan doesn't need a running back, but they could definitely use a guy like Justice Haynes. I don't think they would be against that at all. Adding a guy for depth, and if it is Justice Haynes, he could probably be Michigan's starting running back, or at least running back 2. But Michigan does have Jordan Marshall, Benjamin Hall, who I think are set to be running back 1 and running back 2 for Michigan next season. But adding a guy like Justice Haynes would absolutely be huge for the running back room and for Michigan's depth. So that's one to watch for right now. Another potential target for Michigan on the defensive side is Georgia linebacker Troy Bowles, who was a sophomore this past season. He is the son of current Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles, and he didn't really see much playing time at Georgia, but according to Sam Webb, the Michigan insider, Michigan is a school to watch in this recruitment as well and could be in the mix for him. Michigan was also in pursuit of him back in the 2023 class. Also, linebackers coach Brian Jean-Mary was in pursuit with him at Tennessee as well. So there is some connection there with him. Then I also want to talk about a couple of targets who have either already taken a visit to Michigan or is set to take a visit to Michigan. We have talked about the Liberty offensive lineman Jordan White. He has taken his visit already. He took it this week. That is a big-time offensive line target for Michigan. A 6'2", 300-pound interior offensive lineman, one of the best in the portal. And then also on the offensive line, the Northwestern offensive lineman Josh Thompson is set to take a visit to Michigan on December 16th. A 6'5", 301-pound offensive lineman, and he is one of the best in the portal as well. He comes from Fenton, Michigan. So, and then also sticking on the offensive line, offensive tackle from Vanderbilt, Gunnar Hansen, a 6'5", 330-pound offensive tackle. That's another offensive line target for Michigan. Hasn't set up a date yet to visit Michigan, but Michigan may be looking to get him on campus as well for a visit. So those are a couple of offensive line targets for Michigan, which is a big priority this offseason for Michigan. And then we have talked about the defensive lineman, Keyshawn Silver, the Kentucky defensive lineman. Michigan made his top 4. He is set to take a visit December 13th through the 14th here at Michigan. And we obviously talked about Billy Edwards set to visit on December 16th. Couple of defensive backs, 2 safeties from Arkansas, TJ Metcalf and also Tevis Metcalf, both brothers. TJ Metcalf, a 6'1", 200-pound safety, was a sophomore this past season, and then Tevis Metcalf was a freshman this past season. They were both visiting Michigan yesterday. They were on campus according to their social media accounts. So TJ Metcalf this past season had 56 total tackles, 1 forced fumble, and also 3 interceptions this past season with Arkansas. So those are a couple of transfer portal targets for Michigan who have visited, are currently visiting, or are scheduled to visit so far. So some good news right there. A couple of transfer portal targets no longer on the board for Michigan. First, the Miami, Ohio wide receiver Reggie Virgil, who we recently talked about this week. He has committed to Texas Tech. Michigan recently offered him. And then also the Mississippi State cornerback Bryce Pollock, as he has committed to Texas Tech as well. So that's another target off the board for Michigan, but a couple new targets, as well as the Wolverines getting some important targets on campus for visits here. And obviously just landed a new commitment from Donovan McCulley yesterday. Michigan still going after, the Tulsa wide receiver Joseph Williams, which they recently offered this week. A very talented freshman this past season. Another receiver Michigan has been in contact with is the Florida International receiver Eric Rivers, but we could see more targets emerge here. Also wanted to mention Michigan tight end Colston Loveland has officially declared for the 2025 NFL Draft. That came out yesterday. Had an amazing career here at Michigan. One of the best tight ends to ever play here at Michigan, and could be debated as possibly the best. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think, but he's going to have an amazing career in the NFL. Excited to see what team gets him. Also, Michigan offensive lineman Myles Hinton has officially declared for the 2025 NFL Draft as well. We have talked about Mason Graham already declaring for the NFL Draft. He did release a statement, though, obviously thanking Michigan and everything, and he actually took a shot at Ohio State in his statement. He said, "It has truly been an honor and a dream come true to represent the University of Michigan the past 3 years, winning 2 Big Ten championships, the Rose Bowl, the 2024 National Championship, and of course, slapping Ohio State around not once, not twice, but 3 straight years." And he said, "Now it is time to start a new journey by officially declaring for the 2025 NFL Draft, forever go blue." So absolutely love that statement from Mason Graham. And I tell you what, Mason Graham, both him and Kenneth Grant, but he went out there, gave it everything he had, and ended his Michigan career with a 3rd straight win over Ohio State. And he was almost unblockable in that game against Ohio State. So Mason Graham, one of the best to ever do it. We've already talked about it. Might go down as one of the best defensive tackles ever here at Michigan. And then also worth mentioning, both Michigan signees and running back Jasper Parker and wide receiver Jacob Washington, both commits and early signees in the 2025 class. They have won a state championship with Archbishop Shaw and won the Louisiana State title. They both combined for around 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game. So congratulations to them. Jasper Parker had an amazing senior season. Jacob Washington is a tall receiver that's going to, add much needed height and length to Michigan's wide receiver room. So definitely excited for both of those recruits coming in here to Michigan. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.